Is Jim Deakin, a Republican candidate for U.S. Senate in Arizona. You're going to face off with Senator John McCain in the Republican primary scheduled for this August. So first things first, sir, I want to get your reaction to Cindy McCain posing for this ad.
Well, Peter, thank you for having me on. First of all, Arizona is disappointed that Cindy has taken such a public stance on this, but I'm not running against Cindy McCain. I'm running against John McCain.
I understand that you're running against John McCain, so let me pose you this question. Just a couple days ago in Massachusetts, what's been described by some newspapers as a mass revolt that John McCain referred to as a wake-up call to Washington. Scott Brown, now a senator-elect from that state, defeated Martha Coakley, the Democratic, much stronger candidate by the views of some only a couple weeks ago there. So when he referred to a wake-up call to Washington, are you suggesting that the wake-up call isn't just to Democrats, but it's to all the insiders in Washington, and that's why there's a need for a popular senator like John McCain to be kicked out?
Absolutely. It's definitely a wake-up call to all incumbents in Washington, D.C. and the bureaucrats. The people of America have awakened, and we are ready to take our country back.
So let me pose to you one more question, though. I know you want to take the country back. What are you proposing? John McCain, popular in Arizona, frankly, very popular across this country, with more than 40% of Americans voting for him to be the next president here. What is the greatest difference that separates you from John McCain?
Well, John McCain may be popular around the country, but he's not as popular in Arizona as you're leading us to believe. He lost 60% of the support of the Arizona people in this last election cycle. And if it hadn't been for Sarah Palin, he wouldn't have won the election here in Arizona. So I'm a constitutional conservative, and everybody in Arizona knows that John McCain is a progressive. So
if I can, one contrasting point between you and the McCain family, you noted that you're disappointed in Cindy McCain's stand. You said you're not running against her, you're running against John McCain. But John McCain says that he shares your opinion and that he opposes same-sex marriage. So on this topic, do you think it's case closed and that Cindy McCain should be entitled to do whatever she wants in supporting the couple's daughter, Megan?
Well, John and I both had the privilege of serving in the United States Navy, and we did that to support the right of Cindy to make her speech, freedom of speech, but we also did it for the people of California. They're allowed to have their freedom of speech also.
Jim Deakin joining us from Arizona today. We appreciate it, and thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you very much for having me.